So I'm just going to give a couple of updates. First of all, we've received some really positive and nice feedback from Northwest Anglia Foundation Trust, which is Peterborough City and Hinchinbrook Hospital, sent in for the Cambridgeshire team, particularly to say thank you. Thank you for the support that's been given over the winter period and during COVID, and as a kind of a key system partner about that level of assistance in managing risk and looking after patients as well. So I think that's really nice that they've taken the time to thank us and really to be able to share that with everybody as well. Some of you may be aware and you've seen that we've also issued from the a national agreement around overtime pay, and this will be explained further, but we're looking to be able to work together with Unison to go through that with any kind of monies owed and impact for individuals being paid in the September pay run, in order to allow us time to do this properly, accurately, and to progress through within that as well. And it will kind of look at eligibility over the 2 years, really just to be able to calculate. Hence you can see why it's going to take us just that little bit of time, and we'd rather give you a date that we can stick to rather than say we'll rush it through and not do it, in the spirit of being kind of open and honest within there as well. The other bit around culture improvement, I think we know we've still got a way to go. I think it is still a lot going on. We will be in the need to know tomorrow some of the cultural update and the progress that we've made and making, and particularly kind of, I guess, starting to shape now through the work with the improvement director and the exec team about the focus of the themes that we need to continue with, and the bit that really starts to make that difference for everyone, and particularly in terms of the workplace, how people feel, about making sure that we deal with issues, concerns, and we will not get it all right all of the time, but I think the big bit here is about the change and the direction and the support. So Bob is well, I did say I hope it didn't pause in an inconvenient moment, which it did. In terms of it, Bob is now in as workforce director, really getting kind of under the skin of some of the areas of focus, particularly around the ER casework, and also really supporting the team in terms of how we look to move forward on that as well. In the press, you may have seen, for any who has the Health Service Journal, you may have seen the article related to us and the Equality and Human Rights Commission. So again, obviously very disappointing, but right in terms of concern, and that for us is in terms of a legal kind of action plan, as I would call it. We have entered into a legal agreement now. The actions aren't really more or different actions than are covered in our CQC plan, but they do take into account some of the kind of, I guess, seriousness and significance of making sure that we do some fundamental change, and it will take time, and it will be really and that's just really, really important for us to move forward and for us to be able to do. It will take some, as I said, it will take some time, and there's measures in there, metrics in there, and also the approaches that we would undertake in order to assist and support moving forward, trying to address, really importantly, root causes, and that root cause is important. In terms of pulse survey linked to culture, we said that we've done the pulse survey as well, and we're going to kind of share that in a bit more detail over the next week or so. I guess one of the big things, and this has always been a kind of a scratch the head moment for me in terms of the organisation, just communication and engagement. It's a big organisation, lots of geography, you're all very mobile in terms of the workplace, and it's how do we really start to support communication and engagement. Without meaning to kind of drop another survey on, but there is some kind of your assistance in terms of how we help. So we've looked at EPCR rollout for frontline clinicians being an avenue for communication. We're going to start in part of the kind of from May the 17th and being out and about to be able to hear. I did some engagement events last week with LOMs, AGMs, GMs, and I'll be do a rolling program colleagues across the opportunity to have smaller sessions as well, and that becomes really, really important. So the survey is open, kind of via need to know, and it's really to say, have people got ideas, things that people know work well, things that are able to make a difference, and the bits that we kind of are important. So we think that with regards to managers and supporting and assistance with communications, to communicate with managers, to communicate with themselves, the ability to be able to do some of the shorter, kind of snappier areas, particularly around patient safety and those bulletins, the ability to use iPads and rolling messaging, all of those kind of things. But we really, really welcome your thoughts on kind of what can we do, what's going to help in terms of communication engagement. I think one of the bits we do know, and I do recognise, is that at the other end of engagement and communication is making sure we do something with what you ask and what you tell, and that's really important. Because I think as mentioned last week, is I do appreciate the reluctance to fill in a survey if you don't think anything's going to change, because it's kind of get a bit fed up with the survey, and I do get that. But I think if we can do this one, it gives us that rounded approach of, can we do anything different? Technology is there, we have kind of an improving technology infrastructure, we have all of those things that we need to really, really be able to look at and really undertake as well.